in terms of the local politics, it's not really involved in these types of issues, but it's more related to various struggles within populations. Israel is a melting pot as well, and you have so many different cultures that have been coming together because it's such a beautiful place, and because where it's located, we've had many different cultures coming together. You have the people who built the city, Moroccans and Romanians, and people who came many, many years ago, literally in the 1950s and 60s, to build a city, and it was a small little town. It was called the Mabarot, basically a transitional place where they had huts, literally, where people were living. And the population was somewhere around 18, 20,000 or so in the early 1990s, and it's just exploded in the last 20 years, and we're up to about 90,000 people.
Wow.
So you have people from all these different backgrounds. You have the people who were there before. Then you have all the Anglos, many Anglos who have come in from various countries with a little bit of affluence. And so you have people who are more impoverished. All of a sudden, these new people come in with a little bit more. That certainly created certain initial tensions. But again, they were welcomed by the people who built the city with open arms. They wanted to see the city grow, and that really worked out very well. Then you have, even within Israel now, people coming to move and different types of populations. You have what's called the Haredim, who are a little bit more ultra-Orthodox, who have come in as well. So it's created tensions. I think the beauty is that we're trying to work those out, meaning it's not we don't have a civilization in Israel where you have civil wars or people hurting each other, where we're trying to talk and work through those problems. But there is significant tension. And for us, as Anglos, I view this as my contribution towards building the state of Israel. What did I do? I didn't come when it was marshland and I wasn't, building the land and planting the trees. I came to a country that already exists, and we have so many people to thank for that. So I feel that my contribution is trying to make it even better. So every time I'm involved in these meetings and trying to make the city better and smooth out the tensions and make sure that everybody's needs are met, I view that as my contribution to the country. And so it's very challenging, it's very difficult, and I think when you're involved in a project called the State of Israel, right? When they decided to declare the state in 1948, that wasn't an easy decision. That was contentious. People had different opinions. And I think that every step of the way, whenever something is worthwhile, it's going to be very difficult. And we're not going to reach a situation where everything's just peaceful and quiet and easy. I think that's part of the challenge that we have in having the state. So the conversion question is part of that. The peace question is part of that. These tensions between the populations is part of that. And a lot of people look at these questions and or difficulties, and they lose hope and they lose faith and they become despondent. I almost look at it the other way. I say, I can't believe that we're in the state of Israel in 2010 discussing these issues. What a privilege.
What's a miracle, isn't
right,
it?
what a miracle, what a privilege. If you would have asked my great-grandparents 100 years ago if this could happen, they would have said no. And if you'd have asked them, what would they give up to be able to be part of that, I have no doubt they would have said, I'd give up limbs of my body, literally, to be able to spend any time in Israel. So I think we should embrace the challenges, think positively all the time. Obviously, there are setbacks, and there's sadness, and there's difficulties, but I think we always have to look at the bigger picture.